tonight, hosting from London, England, is Dano!
Welcome to the first annual 80s Team Awards show. I'd like to thank every member for the participation over the last couple of weeks on voting for the greatest categories. Coming up is the greatest cartoon. Yes, welcome back to the awards show. Here we have the greatest cartoons of the 1980s. We had some fierce competition out of the nominees, but unfortunately only one can win. So let's have a look at those nominees now. Battle of the Planets, The Real Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers. Some great contenders there for the greatest cartoon of the 1980s, as voted for by you, the 80s team members. So let's get down to who you voted for the number one cartoon of the 1980s. Award, please. Thank you. Trust me, it's bigger in real life. So here we have the number one cartoon as voted for by you, the 80s team members. Here we go. And the winner is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Yes, they've been voted the number one cartoon of the 1980s. Coming up next, the greatest solo artist of the 1980s. Yes, and here we have the second award of the night, and it's for the greatest solo artist of the 1980s. There's some great solo artists of the 80s, but I whittled them down to 5. So let's have a look at those nominees. Kylie Minogue, Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna, George Michael. Wowie wowie! I told you that they were some great artists of the 80s, didn't I? Well, here we have, as chosen by the 80s team members, the greatest solo artists of the 1980s. Award, please. It's so dinky. And here we go. And the winner of the greatest solo artist as chosen for by the 80s team members is Michael Jackson! Yes, that's right. That little smooth criminal with him has gone down as the greatest solo artist of the 1980s as chosen for by the 80s team members. I will pay my homage to him right now. As you can tell, I'm doing some moonwalking. Ow! Right. Coming up next. Don't know what's coming up next. The greatest movie. Yes, welcome back to the awards show. Coming up is the greatest movie of the 1980s as chosen by you, the 80s team members. So why don't we sit back and enjoy looking at the nominees. Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop, Labyrinth, Return of the Jedi, Back to the Future, The Goonies. Yowie wowie! Some great movies there, but unfortunately, out of all those nominees, only one can be voted the greatest movie of the 1980s. So let's find out. Award, please. So yeah. It's the thought that counts. So anyway, here is the number one movie as voted for by you, the 80s team members. And the winner is... This is a shock. It's only Ghostbusters. You know, the 1984 movie with the parapsychologists. I always know that busting makes me feel good. Does it you? Coming up next is the award for the greatest band of the 1980s. Welcome back to the award show. Welcome, whoever you are. Hopefully it's the members of the 80s team. Anyway, here are the nominees for the greatest band of the 1980s. Bros, Wham, Duran Duran, 5 Star, Queen. Yes, I told ya, great nominees for the greatest band of the 1980s. Anyway, only one can win, and obviously you've voted. So here is the award for the #1 greatest band of the 1980s. Award, please. Do, 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 do. So succinct, isn't it? Anyway, the #1 band, as voted for by you, the 82 members, is... It's only Queen. I know. Calm down. It's only Queen. Obviously, another one bites the dust. And that's just gone in the flash. Flum bum. Anyway, coming up is the greatest TV show of the 80s. Welcome back to the 80s Team Awards Show. Here we have the greatest TV show of the 1980s. So let's look at the nominees. Airwolf, Knight Rider, Magnum PI, Star Trek TNG, The A-Team. Yes, some great nominees there for the greatest TV show of the 1980s. Unfortunately, couldn't vote on all of them, but I'd just like to mention some of the other greats. Street Hawk, Automan, Manimal. But anyway, only one can win, and here comes the #1 greatest TV show in the 1980s. Award, please. Thank you. I know it's little, but I can't help it, can I? Anyway, here is the #1 greatest TV show as voted for by you, the 80s team members. Here we go. It's the Crack Commando Unit, the A-Team! Yes, the A-Team. Bodie, Doyle, Tiger, Jewellery Man, and Barbie. Coming up, the greatest toy of the 1980s. Yes, and here is the last part of the award show. This last category is for the greatest toy of the 1980s. We all played with ourselves in the 1980s, and sometimes we all played with our friends. Eh? Anyway, here are the nominees for the greatest toy of the 1980s. My Little Pony, Mask, The Real Ghostbusters, He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers. Yes, told ya, some fantastic toys, and some, you always get bloopers, some that wasn't involved, but they will be. Anyway, let's go to the #1 toy of the 1980s as voted for by you, the 80s team members. For the last time, award please. Thank you, Mary. Anyway, here is the greatest toy as voted for by you, the 80s team members. And the winner is... Ladies and gentlemen, it's He-Man again, his second award for the night. That's right, Master Universe was voted the greatest toy we all played with in the 1980s. Coming up, the epilogue. That's it, the award show's over. Some use again. Thank God for that, that was crap. Anyway, I just want to thank all the loyal members of the 80s team who helped make this show what it is today. I'd like to thank the cameraman, the props lady, the milkman, the coalman, the garbage man. Anyway, nothing else for me to say, but tune in for the rest of the year. Bigger, better things. Thanks for watching.